welcome to HES Enrichment Fun today. I'm really happy to see that some of you are joining us, and we're going to make some really fun cat toys and some cool dog toys today too that are kind of versatile, so you can do different things with them. And we're using all kinds of things you should be easily found around your home. So hopefully you will have something to make these toys with. All right, my name's Janine. I need to introduce myself, and I am the education manager here at the shelter. So I do all kinds of things with kids at schools and after-school programs and things like that. So anyway, okay, all right, so I think that we will start. Last week we did cats first, so let's start with dogs first this time. And what you need for that is some old t-shirts. So we have some here. We've got some old t-shirts here, and you can see on the table I've made these strips. And what we're going to do is we're going to make this cool braid. And so we're going to make one, and then I will tell you all the neat things that you can do with it. So the best thing to do is you can make it all one color, or you can get different t-shirts in different colors if you to make it look kind of cool. And don't worry, it's super easy to do, and you don't have to cut straight, because you're going to find out I don't know how to cut straight with a pair of scissors in a t-shirt. So so I've got lots of different colors here, and I'm just going to show how I cut one strip and using this green shirt. So you can tell, see this shirt? It's a green shirt, and I've already taken some of it off. So there's not a whole lot of, well, it's not put together well here yet. So, okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cut a strip about 1 inch wide, and you can cut it, but you might be able to make it kind of easy with tearing kind of like this, which makes it so much easier than cutting, especially if your scissors aren't real sharp. And depending on how old you are, you might need a grown-up to help you cut these strips. Okay, all right, so we made another strip. And so basically that's what you do. You just take the whole length of the shirt and you cut them. Now, don't go into your dad's closet or your brother's closet or sister and take a t-shirt without permission. So these are great to make from maybe shirts that you were going to donate to someone, or an old shirt with a stain on it that you can't use anymore. So that would be the ideal shirt to use. And if you don't even have a shirt, if you don't have an old shirt to use, you could use material. If there's somebody in your house who's crafty and they've got some extra material, you could use that too. So that works as well. But okay, so so I didn't want to take all the time to cut while you guys are watching. So I did most of it before we started, so you could just see how it works. All right, so I've got my 3 colors, and I have 2 strips for each color. So green, blue, and yellow. Or this is kind of a yellow-green, sort of. And you can see that my strips are not straight. It's really hard to cut a t-shirt straight, so that's okay. No big deal. All right, so what I'm going to do is at the end, just going to bunch it together. And I'm going to take, let's see, how did I do this? Well, for now, I'm just going to tie it all together like this. Let's see. I'm thinking about this because I did it. I know how I'm going to do it. Okay. I'm going to take 3 and 3, and I'm just going to tie them together. Tie a knot. So if you can do that. And I may change the knot at the end, once I get it all done, to make it a little nicer looking. That's probably what I'm going to do. Okay, so you've got your knot like that. And if you don't know how to braid, I bet all you little girls out there, you may know how to braid, but we might have some boys that don't know how to braid. Who knows? I'm not sure. So I'm going to show you kind of how to braid as well. So, okay, so it's really easy. So you take the, I'm gonna put my colors together, and I'm just gonna take one color and lift it over the other color. And then the one in the middle is, so then you take the one on the other side and you lift it over the one in the middle. And you just keep doing that over and over again. And that is how you braid, like that. All right, so, and you can kind of snug it up a little bit there. And then you just keep doing that. And go like that, and that. So what's really cool about this toy is that your dog, you can play tug-of-war with your dog where they bite it and hold on to it and you kind of pull, and that's a fun game sometimes. You can throw it, and it's kind of similar to a stick where they'll run and grab it and bring it back to you. This is a good thing that you could use to play fetch, kind of just like you would a ball. So, all right, so this is looking pretty good. And see how it doesn't matter that my strips are not exactly straight, because it all braids nicely. So we keep braiding. All right, getting close to the end. Okay. All right, so, and it looks like my blue, well, one blue one's really long and one's short, but that's okay. So I'm gonna take the blue one and I'm just gonna pull that piece under, and I'm gonna take the two blue and I'm gonna tie them together. Tie a little knot like that. That's easier than tying all of them together. I'm just gonna pull it really hard, and then I'll tie it in another knot. There you go, and then you have that end, like that. Now, this knot's kind of big, so if we wanted to, if I can get that undone, I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to take the two, how about the two green ones? And I'm just going to take them on each side and tie it. It just makes the knot a little cleaner looking. Just pull it really tight, and then there you go. All right.
Janine, in about 2 minutes, you're going to have a special guest.
2 minutes. Ooh, I wonder who it's going to be. We'll have to wait and see. Do we have Mary? Mary's our helper today. Mary, is there anybody who's typing in on the comments?
Kathy Mendel and Zoe Jackson are watching, and Brittany Stewart is wanting to foster somebody, so I told her to get in touch with Emily Johnson to get set up.
Well, I want to say welcome to Kathy and to Emma and Zoe. Emma, I know, is with Zoe, so, what was the lady's name who wants to foster?
Brittany Stewart.
Brittany Stewart. Thanks, Brittany, for wanting to foster a cat or a dog with us. Oh my gosh, fostering is so important. And if you don't know what fostering is, that is when you can take a dog or a cat home to live with you just temporarily until it's time for their adoption. And why would someone foster versus adopting? Well, it's to help animals sometimes that might be a little scared at the shelter, or maybe they're too young, and so they would be better off in somebody's home. So there's all kinds of reasons. Sometimes we have baby kittens that come in that need fostering, and they need bottle feeding, so that you have to do that every few hours. And so fosters are able to do that at nighttime when we're not here at the shelter. So there's all kinds of reasons. So that's pretty awesome that Brittany is wanting to foster with us. This is a great time to foster because a lot of people are at home, and so they have a lot of extra time. But, okay, so this is our braid. And before I tell you what all the cool things that you can do with this braid, I have a feeling our visitor is about to come in. Maybe? No? Oh, okay. That was.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Are you ready?
Sure.
Is Elvis in the house?
Oh. This is Elvis. Hi, Elvis. Oh my gosh, this. Oh. This is Elvis, and this is Rebecca, who is a volunteer who is out walking Elvis right now.
Oh boy. He's about 4 years old, and he's a hound mix. And
He's half
He's lost
hound,
his
half
ears.
bunny, actually.
yes,
isn't
yes,
he?
yes. And same here. Well,
Hi. Hello. Hello, sweet Elvis.
he's been in a foster home recently. We did learn that he doesn't love cats, but he's kind of a big old lazy hound, and he likes kids, and he likes people, and he likes treats.
Oh my goodness, and he sits very well.
He sits very well.
He probably knows other commands too, I bet. You are so cute. He could be the Easter Bunny.
He's open to see your toys.
Yeah.
Okay, Elvis. Oops. Come here, crazy. Come here.
Show us how you can sit. Show us.
Here. Okay,
He's
sit.
a love bug.
Good boy. Can you shake? Shake. Shake, shake. Shake.
Maybe he's a little camera shy.
Perhaps.
Camera shy. Oh, well, thank you, Elvis, for coming to visit. Elvis could be adopted. He could be your dog. Right now, you have to just call the shelter, and you can make an appointment to come meet him. And you know what? We will put our phone number in the comments after this, or you can just go up to the top of our page and look at that as well. Thanks, Rebecca.
Yes.
Sonny Pippin loved the ears, Rebecca. You
Excellent.
did it.
Yay for Elvis. Oh, he's super cute. Okay. All right. So Elvis probably would have really liked this toy, and we make toys like this and give them to our shelter dogs to play with here. So here's something that you could do with this. You play tug of war and have fun. You could make this a really fun summer treat too. And how you do that is, if you put this in maybe like some veggie stock, which can be used to make soup, and you submerge it, get it all wet, and then you freeze it. And you give it to your dog, maybe on a nice summer day when you're all outside playing. They would love it. So that's something fun you can do. Something else you can do is you can put a ball on here. So you would definitely need a parent or a grown-up of some kind to help you do this. They would have to get this ball cut for you, but and that's definitely something a grown-up would have to do. But what you can do is you can just poke it in here. Let's see if I can do this. They'd probably have to help you do this part too, because it's kind of hard to get it in there. Okay, and then you pull it out the other side. You gotta squeeze it. Easier said than done, huh? Okay.
Janine, you need to talk to Zoe Jackson a little bit,
Okay.
because Emma wants to foster a dog, but her mom won't let her.
Uh-oh. Well, let's see. First question is, doesn't Emma have 2 other dogs? Yes, maybe? Emma is a volunteer here, and she tuned in last week. So I'm so happy to see her this week too. But they have 2 other dogs, and sometimes fostering it can be hard if you have other pets, because everybody has to get along in order to foster. And so that all depends on your animal family that you already have, and the kind of time that your parents have, and so on. So anyway, what you can do is you can put a ball on the end of it, and then you can swing it around and throw it. And if you have a dog that loves tennis balls, this is probably going to be super fun. If you have more questions on how to make these, you can always get in touch with me by putting a comment in. But I bet that a grown-up in your life could help you do this part. Okay, so that's our dog toy for the week. And that's super fun. And you can make them thicker or thinner depending on how big your dog is. You know, I used 6 pieces of material, but you could use 3. That would work too. Or if you have a really, really big dog, you could use 4 pieces, so you'd have a really big braid. So it's however you want to do it, actually. Okay.
Laura Smith is with us now.
Laura Smith. Hi, Laura Smith. What kind of animals do you have, Laura? I know, Laura. I love hearing that some of our volunteers are tuning in. That's pretty cool. Okay. All right. Did I answer Emma's question? Maybe not. Not sure. I'm not sure about that. Ask Emma. She said she went to foster a dog or a kitty. She didn't say?
She didn't say.
She didn't say. Okay. All right. So cat toys. Oh my gosh. We can make some really fun cat toys. And you should have something in your house that you can do this with. So what we're going to do is make some fishing pole. Fishing pole type toys. And okay, some of the staff were having fun making some fishing pole toys before. And this is our volunteer manager. She got very excited and made all kinds of fun things on the same string. So she made this today. And here's another one that's just a small, pretty much for a cat. You can put anything on a string and they will chase it. So we're going to make a few fun things. All right, so what do you use as your stick? Well, I bet if you have a cat, you might already have an old stick from a fishing pole with no toy on the end because your cat bit it off. This came from my house, and my cat got super excited and she bit the string in half. So we could use this. We could use, these are called a dowel. We could use one of these. It's just a stick that somebody might, in your family, if they're crafty, they might have these in a craft box. And I have them in different sizes. I have kind of a big one and a small one. Those work. Gosh, if you don't have any kind of stick, you could use a wooden spoon. Yeah, just ask whoever cooks in the house to give you one of the wooden spoons. That works too. And you know what? If you're completely desperate, an old toothbrush will work too. You can use anything. You just need a hard little stick of some kind. And then of course I got a ruler. I put a ruler, and you could use that too. Okay. All right. So what are we gonna do first? Let's do this stick. We'll put these back here.
Emma says she wants to foster a dog.
She wants to foster a dog. What kind of dog? Is she looking for a young dog or an old dog? Big dog or little dog? Oh, you know what? And I forgot to say, if you're watching along, we would love to know that. Tell us your name and where you're from. So if you live in the Chattanooga area, let's say you live in Red Bank, well, let us know where you live. And maybe you live in another state, because you can live anywhere and watch Facebook, right? So tell us where you live. Okay, so we're gonna take our stick and we're gonna take some yarn. Okay, so you can use yarn, you can use a shoestring. Actually, maybe I'm gonna do a shoestring for this one. You can use ribbon. This is kind of material ribbon versus paper ribbon. This is different kinds of ribbon that you can use. So the sky is the limit with what will work with these toys. Okay. So, oh, and I forgot to say Chopsticks works really well too, because Chopsticks has a little wider edge at the bottom, and the shoestring or the ribbon won't it won't slide. So since we don't have any chopsticks, I will show you how to keep it from sliding. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to tie this into a knot like that and like that. All right. So now it would slide right off really easily. So how I'm going to keep that from happening is I'm going to put a rubber band on the end of it. And these are big rubber bands. I didn't have any really small ones, so I got to wrap it around a couple times here. There we go. And now it can't slide off. And rubber band, they're rubbery, so they don't slip. All right, so we've got half of it done. Super easy. Okay, so the first one I'm going to make is I'm going to use this foam material that I have right here. And you might not have foam like this is. This is craft stuff or stuff you have in a school craft box or art box. But you might not have foam. You might have sort of this felt-like paper, or it's not really paper, material, but it's kind of stiff. But I'm going to use this foam because it kind of keeps its shape. And I'll show you. So I made some here. I'm just going to cut. I'm just going to cut some shapes. Really easy, like a shape like that, and a shape like that.
Emma wants to sponsor or to foster Goat.
Goat? A dog named Goat?
Goat is wonderful. She's so sweet.
What kind of dog is Goat?
Let Emma tell about that, maybe.
So you can do these in all different kinds of colors. You can make all kinds of shapes. I'm kind of just cutting the corners, but you could make squares if you want to do squares. You can make them kind of big, or you can make it and how you want to do it. Let's see, what other color do I want in there? Ooh, how about this green? This mint color, that's kind of cool. All right. All right, so easy peasy. All right, and then what you need, I know it's here. Oh, you need a hole puncher. So hopefully you have a hole puncher. And what you do is you just punch a hole right in the middle. And you got a hole in there. So let's do a couple colors. We'll do one of each color.
Michelle Appel has joined us.
Hi, Michelle. I know Michelle too. It's so nice to hear some familiar names. Okay, so you've got these, and all you're going to do is you're going to take the end of your shoestring and you're going to stick it through like this. And you're just going to put each one on. Let's see, and green. Okay, let's just do 4. And then we're going to tie a knot, just like we've been doing. So you just tie a knot. If you need help tying, I bet there's a grown-up in your life that can help. So you tie a knot, and now you have this cool little cat toy. And this foam paper is really light, so I bet that the kitty cats are going to love this toy at the shelter. So this is a perfect time for you to make all kinds of fun stuff because everybody is staying at home right now. All right, so there's that one. That's one of my favorites to make right there. Any other comments?
No.
Not right now?
Just that Goat is a pity. I had asked Emma what she especially loves about Goat.
Uh-huh.
So,
Oh, okay.
Susan Ozell is watching now.
Hi, Susan. All right. Susan could probably tell us something special about one of the kitty cats at the shelter because Susan knows our cats. Okay, so let's do something else. Okay, so let's say that all you have is a wooden spoon. That's going to work too. So we'll make one with a wooden spoon. So we're going to do the same thing. You just tie a knot like this. Or you could even just tie a bow. It's all up to you how you want to do it. I'm going to do a little bow on my spoon. All right, and you can make them as long as you want. So let's see, we'll do about this long.
state Rebecca is now watching us.
Oh, Elvis and Rebecca are watching? They must be out in the play yard or something, because Rebecca takes the dogs out to the play yards and she teaches them all kinds of cool things. She teaches them how to sit and shake. Even though Elvis didn't shake here, I guarantee you he probably is going to be shaking, shaking his paw in the next hour or so.
He kissed you though, didn't he?
I think I got a kiss from him, yes.
Mm-hmm.
He was pretty handsome too. Okay, so what are we gonna make? Let's make we'll just do a ribbon toy here. I'm looking at some of these other toys that I've got. Whew, this yellow ribbon's, maybe what we'll do, instead of yellow, let's use orange. Okay, so this is kind of string / ribbon. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make sort of like a spider. So I'm just gonna wrap it around my fingers like this, a whole bunch of times. That's where I have, most kitty cats might like to just chase that ball, wouldn't they? All right, so I'm gonna do that just a whole bunch of times. It doesn't really matter how many. And let's see, I'm gonna cut it right there. And then I'm gonna, where's my yellow? I'm going to make another piece like this. And I am just going to tie a knot right in the middle, like this. Whoop. Just like this. It's kind of even on both sides, like that. And so that it doesn't come untied, I'm going to tie it one time more. Lots of knot tying. This is good practice for any young watchers who are learning to tie their shoes. Of course, you don't want to tie them in knots, though, do you? They'll be hard to get untied. Okay, and then we're going to take scissors, and we're just going to cut each side. Look at that. All right, and then I'm going to, I guess I could have tied it on here, couldn't I? I'm doing an extra yellow ribbon, but that's okay. We're going to tie it one more time like this. And look at that. You've got a cute little toy. Now you think, oh gosh, I made it too long. You could kind of do this. You can shorten it up a little bit. So playing with it here on the table, it seems a little long. Yay! So there you go. And cats will love to bat that around. That'll be really fun. And if you decide you want to shorten it for good, you can just shorten this side of it. So that's pretty fun. And you can also, how about this? How about if you have toys like this for your kitty cat? You could take a toy like that, and we'll take some more ribbon. And you could tie a string on your cat toy. Let's see, like this. I don't know about your guys' cats, but my kitty cat, I have a kitty cat named Eddie Casino. Eddie prefers to chase things along the floor. So when I've got a toy, where's my toy? I know she has a boy name, but she's a girl cat. She chases things along the floor, whereas my other cat, BC, he likes to chase things in the air. So every cat likes to play differently. And did you know that every cat should have at least a half hour of playtime every day? So if you've got a dog, I bet you go out and walk your dog, right, for maybe a half hour. Well, kitties need that same amount of time for playtime every day. So it's important that you have toys or make toys for them so that they can have something to do, have some fun in their life. And that's called enrichment, when you give them things to do. It helps them, gives them the same kind of experience as if they were a wild cat out in the wild and hunting. That's what toys, chasing toys is like for them. And so it's really important that you provide that enrichment for them. Okay, let's see. What am I going to do for, we'll do this. We'll do our old cat toy that we're going to repurpose for a new cat toy. So I'm just going to do the same thing I've done with all of them. I'm just going to tie a ribbon on it. Oh, you know what I'm going to do before I do this? Oh, no, I guess this is good. I was going to put a rubber band, but we've got this little cap on it. We'll keep it from sliding off. So you just tie a knot. Easy peasy. Now, you've got this toy. So, it's just something fun and different to do. Yeah, and you could even do that with like a mouth. Got a mouse with a feather on it. You could tie a ribbon around this little guy, and they would love that too. So it really doesn't matter as long as you just find something fun for them to chase. And you know what? Sometimes I just play with a string with my cat, and she loves it. She likes to chase the string too. So the important part is that you just play with them. You play with toys, and you pet them, and you love them, and they get some fun out of it. Let's see, I was going to say one more thing. What was it about these toys? I don't remember now. But like I said, you've got all kinds of stuff at home. I bet you can figure something out. And please don't steal your mom and dad's shoestrings and things like that without asking first. So I don't want to get in trouble here. Okay, all right, well that is it for today. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, and I will go back and read them and answer any questions you have about this or any of these toys or the shelter or any animals that are here at the shelter. And I just want to remind you that always love your pets and make sure that they're happy and healthy and have lots of fun things to play with.